Hey guys, this is Maleha from the Site Blogger, and I have a quick Canva tutorial today for all of you. It's a really fun thing that Canva has come up with. It's a new feature. It's called Magic Edit. Basically, it can take a photo and you can tell it to change part of the photo into something completely different. So, for example, for this tutorial, we are going to change this little doggy in this photo into a little kitty. So let's see how it's done. Um, in order to use the Magic Edit tool, click on the image, go to Edit Image. And here's the thing, Canva has a brand new image editor panel. Um, if you for some of you it may be switched on already. If it's not, you should see something like this. It says a powerful new way to edit photos is here. Simply click the check it out button and it will take you to the new editor. So go ahead and do that if you see it. And if you already have the new editor, then you shouldn't see anything. You're fine. Anyway, so when I click that, as you can see, I see a bunch of new things, and the editor looks a little different from how it used to in the old editor. And it also has a bunch of new tools, as well as some of the old tools like background remover, magic eraser. Those have been around for some time already. The new tool that we're going to use today is the Magic Edit tool, as you can see here. Couple of things to note. It's a free tool. Unlike background remover or magic eraser, you don't require to be in the you're not required to be a pro member of Canva to use that tool. The other thing you have to pay attention to is that it's still in beta, means that they're still making changes to it. So depending on when you see this video and when you try to use the tool, it might look and function slightly differently, but the main um, thing should be the same. Basically, it allows you to change part of the image and make it into something else. So go ahead and click the Magic Edit tool right here, as I just did. And then it gives you some instructions. The first one is brush over the image. So basically, in order to change part of the image, you have to first select which part of the image you want to change. And as you can see, a brush appears and you have to basically brush over the part of the image you want to change. And you can change the brush size to like super tiny to much bigger. And I'm gonna choose a 40 size. That seems like a good size brush for brushing over this gigantic dog. It's not gigantic, but it's kind of big. Like it's taking up a big portion of the image. So for me, I find it easier to just brush over the edges first. It doesn't have to be perfect. The tool is sensitive enough to understand where the edges are. Just roughly brush over the edges. And then I just kind of take the brush and fill in. Basically, for this tool to work, you have to make sure that you have brushed over the part of the image you want to change, all of it, not just the edges. I start with the edge and then go in and fill it out like so. And like so. Yeah, it's all filled out. So as you can see, it's pretty easy to tell the brush is bright purple, so it's easy to tell whether you have filled out the portion you want to fill out or not. Like I was saying, it doesn't have to be perfect, but try to be as precise as you can, but it doesn't have to be like 100% perfect. Anyway, so when you have brushed over the part of the image you want to change, hit the continue button. And then it asks you to describe what to generate. Basically, I want to switch the image of the dog into something else. I want it to be a cat with white and orange stripes. Oops, why is it not? Okay. A cat with white and orange stripes. Okay, for some reason I thought I was typing, but I wasn't. And then hit generate. and it takes a few seconds to a minute to generate the image. So while we're waiting, a couple of things. It works best if you have a relatively simple image. So if you, earlier today I was testing this feature with like images that are much more complex, and it has a harder time understanding the edges of the part of the image it needs to change if it has a busy background, for example. So this image is really great because, it's just a dog, and the background is a plain yellow. So it's a simple photo, and it should be able to do what we asked it to do fairly easily. But if it had like a busy background, then it probably would have had a harder time understanding what we're trying to do. So anyway, so here's our cat, and so the AI has sometimes understanding the details. For example, I asked it to create a white and orange striped cat, but it gave me a black and white cat. There are some orange and white stripes, like so, but it has this weird things coming out of the cat. This one too, it looks like, I don't know, the furs are a little weird. So you have to kind of play around with it. And you can generate new results as well if you're not happy with it. So I'm just gonna generate a new set just to see if it gives me any better images. But you should already see like what the tool does. Basically, it switches part of the image and switches into something else. It looks like my prompt helped it understand that it needs to create the image of a cat, but it didn't figure out the details as well as I had hoped. Yeah, so play around with it. Again, the tool is not perfect. It's still in beta and they're still trying things out. So it's not going to be perfect, but it's there, and it's actually quite fun. I spent a lot of time this morning just playing around with things and just looking at, what I can do and what I can't do and whatnot. So here's a cat. It's kind of a, I guess I don't know. It's okay. Here's another one. This is kind of cute. I like this one. These are okay. This one is funny. But anyway, so you get the idea. Basically, all you have to do is brush over part of an image and tell it what you want it to look like, or what you want it to do, what you want it to switch that part of the image with, and it does so. And if you're happy with your image, click done, and that's it. One last note, as I was saying, it's part of the new editor. If you're not happy with the new editor, play around with it. But for the time being, it has an option to switch back to the old editor. I don't know how long this option is going to be there. At some point, the new editor is probably going to take over the old one. But at the time of making this video, you have the option to switch back to the old editor. All you have to do is click here, and it gives you a warning. But if you want to keep the new editor, you can do so. If you want to revert to the old editor, just click revert to the old editor. But as you can see, the old editor doesn't have the new features, so it changes back to the original photo. So if you want to keep the new photo with your manipulations and whatnot, then make sure to download the image before you revert back to the old one. Anyway, that's it for today. Hopefully, you'll have as much fun with this new tool as I'm having. And leave a comment if you have any questions or comments. And as always, if you like this video and if you like check out some of the other videos, and if you like them, go ahead and subscribe to my channel. And that's it for now. I will see you soon with a different video. Bye.